you're waiting, just waiting for this individual to say, okay, I'm ready to be with you. Fellas, listen to me closely. You cannot negotiate genuine desire. How has scarcity affected your life? All right, well, I'll get right into it. Scarcity affected my life and my mentality. It made me feel like, the sky was falling. It made me feel that this was the last of everything. And it made me afraid to lose anything and everyone around me. So I was giving a top-notch performance sometimes, I'm sure. And for those that knew me, probably saw that it was a horrible performance. What I'm saying? Like for those that knew me for like a while or whatever. And it causes you to go into panic mode, and you feel like this is it. This is going to be the last of whatever. Like you're not going to be able to survive without this. So you attach yourself to this being your identity. What I'm saying, like of who you are, or whatever this is, be it something materialistic or even a person. You believe that you're not gonna be the same without this person, and that you need this person to survive and breathe and all that shit. And it couldn't be anything further from the truth. Like to feel that way about something. I mean, like in movies, they make that shit look good. They make it look real good to be like saying, I can't live without her. You look at Jodeci, Cry for You, and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like scarcity mindset where you feel like this person is, you just can't live without them, right? And then you look at things from space and everything looks so minute, so small. And it's something to just keep in mind. Like scarcity affects my life in the sense of a lot of times staying at a job because you feel like you won't ever get a job that's going to pay like this, right? But it's all about the belief that you have in yourself, what skills did you own, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not the job, it's you and your skill set. A lot of times scarcity mindset when it comes to women, like I'll never get another woman like this one, or you know what I mean, and maybe you're not supposed to, you know what I mean, like to something else is out there for you. Like don't ever believe that, you know what I'm saying, like for at least for me, my mindset, like the one and only shit, it's a toxic, I just believe it to be a toxic way of looking at things. Don't get me wrong, I believe that person that you're with has some qualities about them, but for you to say that you'll never find, another person like this, is to say that the world it's a billion people in the fucking world. So to say that you won't meet somebody that you probably will gel with and all that stuff is bonkers. You know what I mean? Would you want to? No. But to act like, that this individual, like you're not going to be able to function, attachment. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what we're getting back to. Attachment leads to, you know what I'm saying? Like disappointment a lot of times when we don't get our way because we're talking about two different people. But in a scarcity mindset, you're afraid to do so many things. You're afraid to speak your mind. You're afraid to love yourself unconditionally, and because of that, you love yourself conditionally, and you feel like you have to be something in order to be accepted. It goes back to acceptance, and truthfully, we have to strive to live in life in abundance. and know that we are full of love. We're not without love. And a lot of times we get in our head. I know me personally, I get in my fucking head all. I was in my head earlier today, and just the ego has a way of fucking with you, and it just eats at you. It eats at you, and not the way that ladies like it. Yeah, I mean, but it causes you really to lose your fucking mind, and panic attacks, anxiety, maybe even depression sometimes. But you don't have to. You don't have to. All you have to do is to change your mindset. It's the way we're looking at things. Because what's the saying goes? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And and I try to remember that, because a lot of times, you know, I get inside my head. I have a scarcity mindset. I feel like, you know, I start believing I'm alone in a lot of ways, right? And it's it can be trying at times, you know what I'm saying? Like when you felt like you trusted people that were supposed to look after you, expectation, and then you saw how human they were. But when you're so used to a certain lifestyle and again relying on certain individuals, it kind of fucks with your mental, and it fucks with your ability to trust. A lot of times, abandonment issues and all that stuff. But you have to forgive yourself and them, and recognize that they're only human, and no one is above humanity. Like, people go through pain, and pain can change the way a person looks at life. So it's learning to extend the grace, because you never know where you're going to be at some point in life, where things get to you and you find yourself projecting pain out on others, like Will did with Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like that anger was not meant for Chris. Totally. Maybe partially, but not totally. But you know, he projected that pain out, and it's all rooted in a scarcity mindset, right? Where we just feel like there's a scarce source of whatever this is. I'll never find a person like this. I'll never find another pair of shoes like this. This shirt, man, it's made. I felt like $1 million when I wore this shirt. So now your identity is wrapped up in this material thing, and it don't have to be. And, you know, scarcity mindset, you'll stay at a job for like so many years. You'll stay with a person for so many years, knowing it's toxic and it does nothing for you, but you're afraid of what's on the other side. And scarcity mindset, you know, you're afraid to start that new business. You're afraid to start writing poetry. You're afraid to start doing music. You're afraid to do this on a scarcity mindset. But on an abundance mindset, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, truthfully. I mean, every decision comes with consequences, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you thinking about robbing a fucking bank tomorrow and them niggas catch you, that's your ass, you know. But in an abundance mindset, it enables you the courage to just pick up and do whatever it is that you set your mind out to do, goal-wise. And who can stop you? Don't let another person's limitations stop you. That's their projection and limitations on life, not yours. So I find it to be inspiring to meet people that have an abundance mindset. But, you know, getting back to the scarcity mindset, it can really damage the way you see things. It can keep you in a box. It can keep you with a small town mindset, which is also known as the scarcity mindset. You feel like this is all you got, this is all you know. But there's so much more to the world. But you got to believe in yourself, and don't worry about what the conformity is doing. Don't worry about the 95%. You are officially, once you change your mind and decide that this is how you want to live, you're in the 5% club now. So you have to maintain that and realize that the way you want to live is different than what everybody else is doing. But stay with that, stick with it, and eliminate the scarcity mindset. How do you find the thing within yourself that validates you without having to look for outside validation? Um, when you start being in tune with yourself, that is where you find that one thing. When you start learning what you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at yourself and ask, am I my clothes? You're not. Am I my thoughts? You're not. Am I emotions? You're not. You know, like your way of seeing things. You just when you learn what you're not, you'll see who you are. And what you'll find at the end of it is that you're just human. You're a human, you're a spirit, you're a human spirit, you're a human being, and that's it, and nothing is above humanity. So like when you get into a mindset where you feel like you're attached to things, it causes you to be stuck in a box. But when you recognize that there's no limitations to what you can do, that you can go out, you can fuck up tomorrow and then pick up the next day like ain't shit happened, and just keep pressing on because you're not attached to an event that has happened in your life, be it good or bad, you know, like success or not having success. You just keep pushing, you keep going forward, and things just, you know, again, those stubborn ass people, determined people like myself and others, you just find ways to go on. You do it. You don't allow a mistake to keep you down. And I mean, I say that, but you know, I struggle with like forgiving myself for some things that I once did in my life. Well, you know, I didn't know any better, but you know, it's just a struggle. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, but picking up your face when you feel like you're down, just picking up yourself, keep pushing forward, and eventually something comes to you, something clicks, and you're just like, man, I don't really need to, I don't have to explain myself. Like a lot of people, especially through Facebook and you know, anything with like a forum and shit like that. Like remember like when Trump was in office, and then you had like those people who just love to defend their ideas, those political ideas and their mindsets and all that shit. They have nothing, like, you're not going to convince me. And you don't get anything out of it by writing this long ass paragraph about why Trump sucks or why Trump is dope. Whatever it is, whoever your political person is, you know what I'm saying? I was dating someone and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would tell her all the time, like, I would ask, I was like, what do you get out of, you know what I'm saying, explaining all of this to whoever this person is, you know what I'm saying? And roughly all it does is tire you out, because anger is a choice response. And it, you know, you live and you learn, man. Like, again, it's just something that comes with the territory when you feel the need to explain yourself. That's the beauty of like maturing and not seeking outside validation, because your beliefs are your beliefs. Your beliefs don't have to be defended against anybody, and you don't have to change anybody else's belief. If I believe that, I don't know, that this background in the space that I'm in space, you know, this background is red, you don't have to defend the fact that it's blue. It's just my belief. You know what I'm saying? And your world is wrong and mine. And I'm like, well, I like to call it red, so damn it, it's red. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to change somebody's beliefs. Same for religion. You ain't got to convince me about your God. God is not insecure. Neither one of them. Or the main one, whatever you believe in. They don't need you to defend them. If they're really God and, you know, doing godly things, creating earth and him, don't need me, don't need you. Like, you know, it's just there. God goes on. You know, God is not insecure. My God is not insecure whatsoever. So, I mean, trying to defend and, you know, force somebody to believe what you believe, it's really about power. It has nothing to do with the aspect of love, which is what religions are really following behind, learning to love unconditionally. And maybe sometime, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can learn to love each other unconditionally if we realize what the fuck we're doing. But I mean, until then, we're going to continuously battle against one another. Ego versus ego. We're going to try to convince that the other person is wrong, or convince that, you know what I'm saying, that we're right, whatever it is. And it just goes round and round. And it has nothing to do with what the religion, I mean, like I would say the purpose behind religion, and getting people to love each other and treat each other better. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, just start to self-evaluate. Really, I mean, that's what I would suggest, to find that one thing where you don't have to seek outside validation, because you know, people get caught up with keeping up with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? Want to be with the in crowd, acceptance. I mean, it starts when we're like in elementary school and middle school. You know what I'm saying? They got the kids that used to wear the Jordans. And I was never one of them, but there were kids. I had friends in the neighborhood, BG. They used to all get, you know what I'm saying, like the Jordans when they came out. Like literally the day they came out, they would get Jordans, and you know, accepted, you know, because they got these Jordans and all that stuff. And it's like, again, validation. But when you're a kid, you're a kid. And as we're getting older, validation is seek within. Everything that we want in life can be sought within, you know, and that's love, you know, straight up, like straight up. And we have it in abundance. Love is completely in abundance, which is why we can afford to give it out. You know what I'm saying? Unconditional love, like you're not losing anything by sharing your love with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like in the scarcity mindset, if you feel like you love people conditionally, you feel like you got to get something in return to replace the love, but there's no need to. When you love in abundance and you love unconditionally, that love is going to be there regardless, because you are love. All of us, you know. That's I mean, that's just my belief on it. So, you know, moral to the story is, in order to find that one thing that where you don't have to look outside for validation, is to look within, and look at yourself, identify yourself, pay attention to your thoughts, recognize that you're not your thoughts, recognize that you're not your emotions, and then once you remove or you learn to manage that ego, that's where you find who you are per se, and just learn to love that person unconditionally and watch your life change. Ooh, beta tails, right? The beta tails that I speak of. Let's talk about some beta tails. Beta tails are like when you're talking to a girl, right? And she's goal driven, as she should be. You know, respect to all women that follow their dreams and all that stuff. And you're sitting there trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? You guys are in a long distance relationship, and things have happened that have caused your relationship to be a little off than it once was before, right? And, you know, individuals, they go through shit, they do things. But you're sitting there every day waiting for this individual to call. Puppy dog. I'm talking about, like, wouldn't do anything with your life, just waiting for this individual to call, almost like a kid waiting for the dad to come pick them up, you know what I'm saying, for his weekend, and he never shows up. And it just caused you to just keep waiting, and you just keep waiting, and time is just elapsing, you know what I'm saying? And you're sitting there waiting for somebody who's probably out on a date with another nigga anyway, but you're sitting there like with puppy dog eyes, thinking about who she could be doing and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what can you do about it? But the beta male mindset tends to think about the things that are out of his control. And so, that's I say that's one like beta tail where, just being that set again, waiting for this individual to pick up the, to call you, when they get free time and all this stuff, and you just get caught up in that blue pill mindset, Disney World, if you will, the land of illusion, where you feel so entitled that this woman is just going to just call you, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean that's one aspect. Another blue pill mindset is the more waiting. So dating. Me and this girl were dating in the military, and we broke up right before we both got deployed. We went overseas for about 6 months. Now, upon us getting back, and it's like that on again, off again bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Rachel and Ross, Topanga and was it Corey? Yeah, Topanga, Corey. You get what I'm saying. So just sitting there waiting for an individual to make a decision. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I was doing my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm still knocking down shit, but she's got my heart and my mind, and I'll never find another one like her. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're waiting, just waiting for this individual to say, okay, I'm ready to be with you. Fellas, listen to me closely. You cannot negotiate genuine desire. When she wants something, she's going to get it. If she's not coming, she's not coming. And she's probably not coming from your ass anymore. And you know what I mean? So it's like there's a new thing in town. Now, to string somebody along is a little bit it's just inconsiderate. However, I was strung along by choice. I waited out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't allow myself to go so far with the woman because I was waiting for this one to recognize that here I am. I'm ready to love you and shower you with my love and all that shit. But it when you're young, you're innocent and you don't know any better, and you've never been taught this by any of your I want to say male camaraderies. And male comrades, what I'm talking about, and male camaraderies, but male comrades, and you get caught up, man, like really caught up, and you just feel like you'll never give your heart out again, and all this other shit, and you love, like, you shower girls with love, and it comes off as a sense of desperation. That's the point, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's attracted to confidence, and men, if you're, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna date, be confident. Be confidently right. Be confidently wrong. But just remain confident. And it's easier said than done, of course, but it comes with practice. Practice makes progress. So, to be involved with an individual. And then finally she got orders. And that's when I knew it was over. Like, it was one of those, it was a Lifetime movie. It was Steve Urkel trying to get with Laura, never got the bitch. And whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the movie, Casablanca? Watching her go off into the smoke with the in the plane and shit. Yeah, it just felt like that, and it felt like that was I did all that stuff to no avail, because again, you don't negotiate genuine desire. If she wanted me, she would have went after me. You know what I'm saying? But it's not what she wanted. You got to respect that. Looking back at young 21, 22-year-old me, just waiting around like a puppy. More beta tales. Beta tales is like when when you start talking to a girl and you start telling her all the sweetest things you could ever think of in your mind, all in one fucking text message, all in one fucking phone call, and y'all started talking like a couple days ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, we ain't even fucked yet, and he on this shit. So it's like what that comes off of is just desperation and feeling like, well, I mean, if you're so desperate, then why did nobody want him? You know, that type of thing, and not believing in yourself. It's just feeling like this is it. This is my last chance. Scarcity mindset. This is my last time, last chance to talk to, you know what I'm saying, a woman like this. I'll never get another woman like this. So you allow yourself to kind of be that way. But not knowing on the other end, it comes off like, like coming off kind of desperate. Like, relax, guy. What can I say? You live and you learn. More beta tales. Not necessarily for me, but I've seen this happen by a fellow betacan. I'll call it that, a betacan. And the individual got the girl's number. We just left the club. Literally just left the club. And he's texting her within like 20, 30 minutes. But it wasn't like, I'm not saying, hey fellas, listen, I'm not saying for you to not, you know what I'm saying, contact the girl. Like, if you're trying to coordinate giving her the dick that evening, you know what I'm saying, and she actually gives you signals, you gotta give choosing signals, fellas. You gotta give choosing signals. If she ain't giving no choosing signals, like if she just gave that number out for you to become one of her beta orbiters, and then you text her within 20, 30 minutes and she like responds never. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes off as desperate. And it goes back to confidence. How much confidence do you have in yourself? And it, you know, you got to do little things that make you feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Work on your attire, work on your appearance, work on your, you know what I'm saying? Work out in the gym, get your money together. If you live with your mom, work on getting a place, you know what I'm saying? Get a car, preferably a muscle car, or, you know, something like that that's fitting for, I would say, like a masculine man. I mean, I'm not really able to say much right now. I mean, I'm pushing an A to B car right now. Shout out to Frankie. I love you, girl. You know, we've been down for like the last 6 years. Yeah, me and Frankie been getting down. That's my car, by the way. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know, but it's funny looking back at it. Like, when you see shit, and you can see it within any man, you know what I'm saying, when he's carrying himself from that of the beta mindset and just kind of, you know, again, putting a woman on a pedestal. And I'm not saying don't compliment a woman. But when you make her out to be a goddess and you're just like this unworthy creature that is like trying to vie for her love, you've already lost. And a lot of us guys do that shit. But when you recognize that she's just a woman, she's just a human. And the same can be said for like with a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's human. He's human just like me. He feels pain just like I do. He wakes up, you know what I'm saying, and puts on his pants, or you know what I'm saying, just like I do. Puts on his drawers. I'll say that. Everybody don't put on pants. He puts on his drawers just like I do, and just treat people with kindness, period. You know what I'm saying? Like a level of respect that you just have for humanity. If we can look at that instead of looking at status and all that shit. Unfortunately, that's how society has trained us and programmed us to do, is like treat people differently based off of what they do. You'll tend to treat the owner of Pepsi differently than you treat the janitor at Nansemond River High School. You know what I'm saying? No shade at whoever is the janitor at our old high school, but you know what I'm saying? That's just how social programming, societal programming does. And getting off on a tangent, as I like to do. But beta tales, man, like again, just being beta and looking, like I said, looking back and laughing, smiling at humble beginnings before you come across this level of knowledge that can help change your life forever and teach you to set boundaries, teach you to be, put more into you than anybody else. Put you first. and it feels good. I mean, it was uncomfortable at first, and even sometimes it gets uncomfortable when you're used to that people pleasing bullshit. You know, the beta blue pill mindset where you're just constantly people pleasing, but you're trying to please everybody is the best way to, you know what I'm saying, to lose yourself. You got to stand for something. Why not stand for yourself? And you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure there can be more beta tales, but it's just a few that I wanted to share with you guys. But yeah, those beta days, those beta mindset days, they're very comical, and I'm sure they'll make a good sitcom someday. Who knows? But yeah, if I ever get that chance, I'll be sure to write an entire book on all those beta tales. Or looking at a young man trying to find his own way without a fucking clue, and then just to see how he turned out to this very day.